Welcome back to the EVS class. So today we'll be seeing a new lesson, lesson chapter 17, water for life. Okay, you all know without water you cannot live, isn't it? Water we use for drinking. Not only we humans but even animals, they need water to live, means to survive they need water. Okay, so today we'll be studying about water. So all living things, they need water to live and also to grow. Then 3/4 of the surface of the earth is covered with water. So that's why we call earth as a blue planet. Then water available in earth, available on earth, it is either fresh water or salty water. Salty water we don't use for any purpose like drinking or other activities, but we usually use fresh water. Okay. Now coming to the sources of water. Sources means from where you get the water. Okay. The main source of water is rain, surface water and underground water. So rain means it is the main source of water. So if you don't have rain for say 1 or 2 years continuously, the surface water and the underground water will slowly dry up. Okay, so that's why we say rain, it is the main source of water. And the rainwater, when it is raining, the rainwater slowly they seep down in through the soil and they accumulate below the ground, and they form the water table, the groundwater, and then they form the water table, and that water we take it out by digging wells or tube wells. And rain is considered to be the most purest form of water, and however it also gets polluted due to the pollution of the air pollution, due to the pollution or the pollutants present in the air. The rainwater gets polluted, but still, considering the other source of water, rain is considered to be the most purest form of water. You can filter rain water and then you can even use for drinking purpose. Mostly rainwater, it is used for irrigation, that is watering your crops. Okay, so rainwater, it is the most purest and also the most important source of water. Okay, fresh water. Right, now coming to the surface water. Surface water means the water present in river, lakes, ponds, sea and ocean. So sea and ocean water, it is not of much use to us except for this transportation purpose. Other than that, we don't use sea water because they are salty. Okay, so the rivers, lakes, the water from the rivers, lakes and ponds are fresh water, and so we use that water for all the for drinking purpose and also for other activities. Okay, now coming to the rivers first. The rivers, I told you, the rainwater, when it is raining, it seeps underground. Seeps means they just go underground. Slowly they will be going underground, and then they will be reaching the underground water level. So, and then they reappear on the surface as spring. So after rainy season, you will find small springs running, and these springs, they join together and form small streams. And then the small streams, they slowly join and form a river. Okay, the rivers are formed when the snow from the mountain also melt. So when the snow in the mountains melt, also slowly the water from the mountains, they reach the river. And similarly, the streams, they also join and they also reach and form the river. So the river, the place where the river begin, we call it as the source of the river, and when it joins the sea, the river, finally they will go and join the sea. That place we call it as the mouth of the river. Okay, the place where the river joins the sea, it is called the mouth of the river, and the place where the river is starting, we call it as the source of the river. Okay, then you find the triangle deposit of the salt, sand, silt and also the clay, and they form near the mouth of the river, and that place we call, that triangular place, we call it as a delta. Okay, and the area of the land around a large river with streams running down, near the river where the streams are running down, we call that area as the river basin. Okay, so that is delta and river basin, right? So the place where the river begins, we call it as source of the river, and from the where it joins the sea, we call it as the mouth of the river. So you know how the river is formed. When the rainwater goes down, then slowly the springs come out. The springs, they join and form streams, and the streams, all the streams, finally they will form the river, and the river, it flows through the land, and finally they reaches the sea. Okay, so the next one is ponds and lakes. Comparing to the river, ponds and lakes, they are very small, but the rainwater, they collect as such in the ponds and lakes. So when there is no rain, slowly the pond water and also the lake water, they start evaporating, and the pond and lake become dried up. If you don't have rain continuously for 2 or 3 years maybe, the ponds and lakes, they will dry up. Then these are very much smaller. The ponds are smaller when compared to the lake. Then people and animals, they use this pond water and the lake water for drinking and also for all other purposes. So as such, we don't drink it, we purify it. You know, purification, you can purify it using your filters and also other the candle and all, and also by boiling. So the most important method for filtering the water from this rivers and lake is by boiling. So boiling, it will kill all the impurities and the germs. They'll remove the impurities and also kill the germs. So you can drink the water, and if it is the filtering, then all the impurities will be removed from the water. Okay, so that water will be fit for drinking. Now coming to the seas and oceans. So I told you, sea and ocean, the water is salty, so we can't use it for our day-to-day life. We can't drink the water, we can't use the water for any other purposes. So sea water, and mostly the 2/3 of the water is in the earth is salty, that is, it is sea water or the ocean water. Okay, then the place where the sea, it means the land, we call it as the coast. Okay, we find the beaches near the sea, the land near the sea, we call it as beach. Okay, that is the sea coast. Okay, now coming to the next is the underground water. I told you, when the rainwater, it seeps in or it goes in under the ground, then it forms the underground water. So underground water, when you have to bring it up, it is through by digging well or tube well. Okay, so when you dig well, you have to reach the water table, only then you can get the water. Even tube well also, when you dig, it should reach the water table and you can draw the water out. Then either you can draw using the pulley, or you can draw it by attaching a electric motor, so then you can pump out the water. Okay, in desert you find oasis, that is a place where you find little water. This is all the underground water in the desert, and that region alone will be a little bit greenish, otherwise the whole desert will be dry. So there in the picture also I've given you the picture of oasis, where you find it is in between the vast desert. In some areas you find this water body, so we call it as oasis. Okay, then tube well and well, I told you, you can take it out or draw it out using a electric motor. Okay, the well water and tube well water, these are all fresh water. Okay, and even if you don't have rain for a long time, this well water and also tube well water also will start drying up. Okay, now coming to the next. So with this we are ending, and the next portion I'll be taking for you in the next session. Okay, so you have understood, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me during the interactive session. Okay, so bye, take care.